So I've come to do a duck update, but first I thought I would tell you I am having a glass of wine. Dad is bathing the kids. But what a day. My daughter, she's damaged her tooth, and we had to have an emergency appointment at the dentist today. And honestly, the staff in there were just incredible. And there's this one lady, and it's the first time I've ever saw her, and Everly just took a shine to her, and she was incredible. I mean, both women who were there with her were amazing, and when I was in, amazing. But there's this one lady, and Everly just, it was like she just saw something in her, and the woman was outstanding with her. Like, Everly even let this lady pick it up in her bosey, and they were looking at the screen and like counting all the teeth on the computer screen and everything. It was just, it was brilliant. Anyway, they had to put this stuff into her tooth, like a little putty thing. We didn't think she was going to tolerate it, and she sat and she did so well, and I couldn't believe it. Came out, phoned Dad from the car, and I was like, she has just done amazing. She got 3 stickers, and she was delighted with her stickers. And I thought, this is just great, especially when I didn't have the time to talk to her and say, we're going to go and have a visit at the dentist, and show her like a storybook of what we're going to be doing or anything like that. You know how you would prepare like an autistic child with an appointment like that. Like with Tyler James, I have to tell him well in advance. We have to work up to it every day. You know, we're going to the dentist, we're going to do this. He has to know exactly what we're doing, who's going to be there, what's happening. He needs to know everything bit by bit. Because we didn't have that with Everly, I just couldn't believe how well she had done. So I was like, okay, like this is brilliant. And I suppose I just assumed that she would be quite like Tyler James, but she's her spectrum-y side is so different from him. And so I was like, right, what do you want to do? You know, Dad said on the phone you should take her and get a treat. And I was like, yeah, I should. So we went to the garden centre. We went into Dobby's garden centre. And I was like, let's go look at the toys. Amazing. First thing she did, she just saw 2 bouncy ball eggs, and she wanted to get eggs for TT, because he's desperate to get into the duck eggs. So she wanted to do that for her brother, always thinking of other people. She was lovely. Then we went over and we picked a little cake so that we could sit in the cafe together. And we were sat in the cafe, she was eating the cake, and then I think it was because she put food to her mouth, and then everything came out. And she just went, my tooth, the dentist! And she just melted down. I mean, I had to get her out of there. We sat into the car, hysterical. Now we've got a really long drive home, so we're like an hour to get home from where we were. I had to pull over twice, and it was a good half an hour where she was absolutely inconsolable with melting down. It was awful. And it was afterwards, and I came home and I was speaking to my girls, and I was saying to them, I was like, I just didn't expect it. I did not expect the meltdown, and I felt like such a bad mum. I felt like I totally failed, because with Tyler James, I predict his behaviour. I know what's going to happen. I know how he's going to respond. And I know if things go wrong in his day, I know when it's then the fallout's going to be. But with Everly, I didn't foresee that. And I felt absolutely like taken aback. And I felt unprepared for how best to support her. And it's rattled me. Like the whole day, it has absolutely rattled me. And I feel like such a failure that I just didn't foresee that was going to happen, and I couldn't support her how I would normally support. But obviously it was just this delayed reaction, and it wasn't until she put the association of being a dentist, sorry cat, with a way to put food in her mouth, and she just like hit the roof. But do you know what it is? I suppose it's this realization for me that, and no 2 children are the same ever for any parent anyway. But see, having children with different needs and thinking, well, this autistic child, he's like this, and this is how that works. But with Everly, it's so different. She's so, in so many ways, she's so more far advanced than what Tyler James was at this stage. So I think maybe that is what tricks me a little bit. But her sensory issues right now are very overwhelming. They're very difficult to navigate as a parent. We're struggling with it a little bit at the moment, trying to just do the best for her. It's hard. And I suppose I got like a bit of a realization today, and I was like, actually she is struggling with some stuff, and she's very good at masking, and now we're starting to see where sometimes that mask is coming away a little bit. And I think it was just like quite a hurtful moment. It was quite hard. So I'm treating myself now to a little wine. Dad's bathing the kids and I'm just having a minute where I'm like decompressing. But anyway, on to the ducks. So I'm very sad to say that there's nothing happening. There's no pipping. There's a lot of rolling about and movement. So you can see they're getting themselves into position, but they're not hatching. Could be just because of the couple of days that they were in transit. I didn't really account for that because it was so quick, the delivery. So I'm going to maybe say that they're going to be 2 or 3 days delayed from what I originally thought. So maybe we're looking at a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday hatch. There's movement in all of them, so that's good. So we'll see what happens. But so far, nothing. It's just been a right crap day. Dentists and meltdowns and no ducklings. Oh, me. Ah well, mum life. What'd you do?